Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we from group 7 want to present our slide assignment 1, which is the title is FMA Electrical Passenger and Good Lift Regulation 1970. So our team has 4 presenter, which is the first is me, Muhammad Nur Adib bin Adli. Second is Nur Syafirul Hana binti Muhammad Roslan. The third is Nur Syuhada binti Azman. And the last is Nur Khalidah Yasmin binti Kabul Yamin. In these slides, it have 7 content, which is the first is Regulation 3, 6, 17, 18, 30, 31 and 34. Okay, for the first content, which is Regulation 3, it is about application. It have been divided into 4 parts, which is Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 and Part 4. For Part 1, 3 and 4, it must be applied to all electric passenger and good lift. But for the Part 2, it need to be applied after date of the coming force of this relation. It will certify the chief inspector. And last, for the purpose of the regulation and existing lift shall be deemed to have been substantially altered with opinion and chief inspector.
In Regulation 6, approval of installation of the lifts is a must. Stated above are the first is the dimensions and particulars of the lift in the form shown in the first schedule to these regulations. Second is drawing showing the following particulars and finished size such as size and position of the lift well, size, position, number and type of landing door, and etc. And the third approval is lift manufacturer certificate that declaring the insulation of the electrical parts of all controllers and the lift has been designed and constructed in accordance with this regulation. Regulation number 17 mentioned that a good ventilation must be provided in every passengers and goods lift. The ventilating fans or blows shall be installed to avoid such an event where the lift failure to function. The ventilation shall be securely fastened in the place that located above the ceiling or outside the car enclosure.
Regulation 18. Lighting. First, provision should be made for the description of each lift car during the period at least 2 lights in each car. Second, bulbs or light tubes in each lift car should be taken care to prevent injury and the damage of the bulb and tube. Third, minimum lighting at the edge of the car platform landing when the door and landing door open should not be less than 5 candles. Next is Regulation 30. Test. It needed to be tested by the suppliers or erectors of such lift before it is put into service. The test must in contract speed and the governor trip by hand if it governor control instantaneous type. Next, if it is broken rope instantaneous type, the test must be carried out by obtaining sufficient slack rope. And last, the test also should be carried out at governor tripping speed when it is practicable.
So for the Regulation 31, which is duties of the owner, so the owner must ensure that such lift is maintained, must enter into an agreement with an approved firm for the periodic examination and maintenance, must inform an inspector about the name, postal address, the date of commencement agreement, and the expiry date of such agreement. The owner must thoroughly examine the lift at least once in every 3 months and immediately arrange for the repair to be made, or if in doubt as to its need, Refer the matter to the inspector when acceptance of the advice is approved. So last but not least is the regulation 34, which is penalties. So in this regulation, it said that any person who commits an offence against this rule that is not subjected to appropriate punishment provided by the Act must be subject to be fined not exceeding $1,000.